Welcome back to the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Thank you for staying with us. In a letter dated the 22nd of January 2020, addressed to the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Industries, Chef Nina Compton rejected the government of St. Lucia's appointment as a Goodwill Ambassador. The rejection to serve as ambassador came as a result of Compton's perception of ill treatment towards her family by the government. The Hot 7 team took to the streets for your views on Nina Compton's rejection of this accolade.
In a letter dated January 22nd, 2020, addressed to the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Industries, Chef Nina Compton rejected the government of St. Lucia's appointment of her as a Goodwill Ambassador to St. Lucia. The rejection to serve as a Goodwill Ambassador comes as a result of Compton's perception of the ill treatment towards her family by the government. She stated, and quote, "Over the years, our family has had to endure many challenges whilst in the service of St. Lucia, and despite this, we have never faltered in that service. In recent times, however, members of my family have had to endure privately and of late publicly an unveiled hostility and attacks on their integrity, honesty, ability, and unjudiced commitment to our country, and this from the high levels of government," end quote. As news of this development spreads like wildfire through the media, the Hot 7 camera invited members of the public to share their opinions. Here's what you had to say.
Yeah, when I watch it, I could support her because, like you don't know, the Prime Minister is UWP he represents, and John Compton and his family, they did their share, you know. So, on the general level, the Prime Minister is denouncing what's her name again? Nina Compton. I don't see the balance with it. You understand? Because she's capable of doing the work. It's just that he personally doesn't like her. But she can handle the job, so he should put his differences aside and respect the lady and give her a chance first. And if she couldn't have proved what she could have done, then he could have said whatever he has said. But you have to give somebody a chance first, especially she's capable of doing the job. It's not that she cannot do the job. Check it out. So I feel they should have given her a chance, and then they should have taken it from there. Even if he and her doesn't have a liking to each other, you should put that on her side because you should be more professional than that. You understand? So give Nina a blessing, man. Enough respect. Bless her.
Thank you very much.
If you try to deny a good opportunity, it's up to you. You have a right to make a decision for yourself, and if you cannot do it, therefore you're not sure. You understand? But I always believe in if you having a good opportunity to elevate yourself in life, you should grasp that opportunity. You understand? We're talking about elevation. Good. You deny a good opportunity, it's up to you. Remember, they always tell you how you make a bed, that's how you lie down on your bed. You want to make good things go on the wayside, or you want to grasp the opportunity for you to elevate yourself or your position?
So, honestly, I don't agree with it. I think that when you get an opportunity to do something, your personal reasons don't dictate how you're going to perform. So they should have given her a chance. And the fact that the other person declined that means that that was karma and it came back to bite them. You understand what I'm saying? Karma is a
I agree with what she did. Blood is thicker than water, and if that's the way she would go about to reach the message across in supporting her sister, then yes, I am proud that she declined the offer.
I agree with Nina Compton 100% because Janine is a sister. If it was me, I was going to do the same thing because the Prime Minister is out of hand to say that.
Charity begins at home, you know, and if you can't support a member of the family that's qualified, why should me as a sibling support your vibe? You know, so I support Nina Compton to the maximum, 150%. Yeah, I believe the government of the day is out of order and rude. Yeah, for real.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, blood always thicker than water, pal. If she decides to support her sister, I have no objections about that. She's right.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, my contribution, you know, I don't want it to be deemed political, but my contribution is based on principle. You cannot diss my sister and then expect me to accept something from you. Respect is the most important thing. And I believe that the Prime Minister disrespect Janine Compton by rejecting her as the CEO of the National Trust. So her sister took a stand on principle, not politics, is a principle stand. by rejecting it. So based on her principles, I support her in that.
Compton was one of 12 St. Lucians selected for the prestigious role intended to leverage their profile and celebrity status locally, regionally, and internationally to tap into access for growth and forward strategic partnerships between the Cultural Development Foundation and other related agencies. Her decline of this venture has been the sole publicized, while no official list of confirmed ambassadors has been issued to date. For Hot 7 News, I am Jacqueline.
Thank you very much, Jaka. Agriculture Minister Ezekiel Joseph is hoping to clear the air on an ongoing fiasco surrounding the failed exportation of bananas, which resulted in banana farmers facing a massive loss in both crops and wages. Joseph says it was a complicated matter, one which is currently being renegotiated.
Less than 1 week after opposition MP Sean Edward expressed concern over the fate of banana farmers who were left with entire crops on their hands going to waste, the island's agriculture minister has responded to said concerns. Edward stated in a Facebook post that during his constituency day on Thursday, he visited a number of banana farmers. When he was met by the sight of piles of the fruit along the roadside, the Dennery North MP stated that it pained him to see the harvest being fed to pigs or left to rot. He then went on to accuse the United Workers' Party administration of exploiting the farmers and raising their hopes with promises by, quote, encouraging them to return to the fields to plant more bananas for export to Martinique or France, knowing such markets never existed, end quote. On Monday morning, Ezekiel Joseph responded, saying the news of the exportation to Martinique was nothing but misinformation.
We discovered there are some potential opportunities for us to export to France, and I'm sure those of us who are following Parliament would recall that I made a statement in Parliament as it pertains to the challenges that we face, as it pertains to that opportunity. Coming out of a meeting in the UK sometime last year, we met with the buyers from France, and they committed to enter into an agreement with us where we would have a 3-month trial, exporting 3 containers, each container containing 1,000 boxes to the French market via our company in the UK, that's Winfresh.
Joseph went on to reveal the stipulations of the deal. He said, since this was not met, the deal collapsed.
They were specific as to what they would require of us. The purchase order clearly indicated that they would want in each box 22 clusters in a bag, 6 fingers in that bag. When we identified the farmers and we had our first shipment, unfortunately, we were not in a position to meet that requirement. Because of the size of our fingers, the small fingers, we were not able to pack the requirements as requested by that company. Whilst we got some of our boxes with the 22 clusters, we had some with 20 and some with 18. When the shipment left St. Lucia for France via the UK, because it's going to take about 2-3 weeks before it reached the French market, we called the company and we informed them that is what we were able to get, at least for the first trial. Unfortunately, they did not approve of it.
And how did Martinique end up in the equation?
Right now, we are saying that because of the situation we have with the size of our fingers, what we tried to do was to bring down boxes from Martinique, bigger boxes from Martinique, to see if we could have accommodated that requirement. Unfortunately, we still were not in a position to accommodate that requirement. So now we are renegotiating with them to see if there are any possibilities of marketing loose fingers and not bag fruits.
The agriculture minister said there is no quick fix in agriculture, and so it takes time to get the desired product on the market. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I'm Rochelle Gonzalez.
The novel coronavirus is thought to have emerged from illegally traded wildlife at a seafood market in Wuhan, China. The virus itself is a new or novel coronavirus, a family that normally affects animals. Authorities have since temporarily banned the sale of all wildlife in China. The number of new coronavirus cases in China continues to rise. In St. Lucia, health authorities are closely monitoring the situation and putting measures in place in the unlikely event that the virus is confirmed in our region. The number of people killed in China by the new coronavirus has risen to 81, with almost 3,000 confirmed ill. Although the risk level for the Caribbean sub-region is currently classified as low and the disease is at an early stage of the outbreak, the Department of Health and Wellness in St. Lucia is proceeding with necessary vigilance and preparation to reduce the possible impact on our population. The department is presently updating existing influenza preparedness plans.
Some of the activities that we have been working on includes, but not limited to, the education and sensitization of our health workers, non-health stakeholders and the general public, the enhancement of our port health services, active surveillance at high-risk institutions, prompt recognition strategies, measures to ensure isolation of ill cases in designated hospital isolation wards, establishing diagnostic capacity, working with the Caribbean Public Health Agency, contact tracing and quarantine of suspect cases, and the promotion of general hygiene measures.
In the interim, the public is asked to continue practicing the standard recommendations to prevent the spread of infection.
We continue monitoring the coronavirus. However, we have influenza here in St. Lucia presently, so we ask persons to do the necessary measures to reduce the spread, such as regular hand washing, cough etiquette in terms of covering your mouth and nose with disposable tissues, avoiding close contact with persons showing symptoms of respiratory illness, such as coughing and sneezing.
Belmar George explains why the virus is referred to as new coronavirus.
Coronaviruses cause illness ranging from the common cold to more severe respiratory illness, such as the Middle East respiratory syndrome and also severe acute respiratory syndrome. The signs of the infection include respiratory symptoms, fever, usually a cough which is dry or unproductive, shortness of breath and difficulty breathing. In severe cases, pneumonia may develop and severe respiratory syndrome, which is what leads to death.
According to the World Health Organization, WHO, and national authorities, there have been at least 44 confirmed cases of new coronavirus outside China. 8 cases in Thailand, 5 in the USA and Australia, 4 in Singapore, Taiwan, Malaysia, and South Korea, 3 in France and Japan, 2 in Vietnam, and 1 in Nepal, Canada, and Cambodia. Members of the public are asked to share their travel history with their healthcare provider if they have symptoms suggestive of respiratory illness either during or after travel. A local basketball coach speaks to Hot 7 News, expressing his sadness over the untimely passing of basketball legend Kobe "Black Mamba" Bryant. Bryant, along with his 13-year-old daughter Gianna and 7 other persons, passed away on Sunday morning after the helicopter they were riding in crashed. The coach says the upcoming generations of basketballers have lost the opportunity to gain the expertise of one of the greatest of all time.
Basketball lovers across the globe were plunged into mourning following the untimely death of b-ball legend Kobe Bryant on Sunday. The star, along with his 13-year-old daughter who was following in his basketball footsteps, Gianna, were killed in a fiery helicopter crash along with 7 other individuals. Whilst shock and sadness continues to grip the world over the tragedy, one local basketball coach, Ron DeMorville, said future basketball players have just lost out big time.
Losing somebody like that, it's tough to have someone coming after. You don't replace people like that. He's an icon, and not only an icon, he's a legend. And his legacy will live on, but the thing is, who is willing to step up to the plate now and actually guide the upcoming generations into a successful career, if it's in basketball or whatever it is that they desire to do, because Kobe mentality was a dog mentality, work ethic, like there is no excuse to not get what you want.
De Morville said Bryant's talent was far-reaching and inspirational.
Kobe had a big impact on us. Everybody wanted to do that fall away like Kobe. Everybody wanted to hit that game winner like Kobe. Everybody wanted to dunk and make that C in the air like Kobe. Everybody just wanted to have that style Kobe brought to the game. MJ had it, but Kobe added more flair, more charisma. You know, it gave you that desire to watch the game and enjoy it on your couch, basically. And next day you want to go to school and try it out. Try out the things that you see he did. So I can say he had a great impact on my generation and the generation coming for the guys that I'm coaching right now. They may not have known him in his playing times, but with the videos on YouTube and different things like that, when they see the type of things that he's done in his career, it just leaves nothing but mad respect for him.
The coach had this message to the powers that be, encouraging them to invest more in the sport as St. Lucia, he said, is full of potential.
The opportunities are just very, very small. And God, we just need to advertise ourselves, get ourselves more out there, get our players out there, get our youth out there. We need to have more grassroots programs, have more camps, have more clinics, just have more things basically to do within the sport so that we can get our athletes out there, because we have the talent, we have what it takes to participate and make these professional leagues out there, whether it's European leagues, the NBA leagues, or anything like that. We have the talent, because I personally have this link with Sanders Foundation and it's linked up with Dwayne Wade. And we try our best to get athletes from St. Lucia into America, no matter what way, which way.
De Morville said the persons at the top need to start pulling their weight and start pushing the sport to where it should be in St. Lucia. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I'm Rochelle Gonzalez.
This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Stay with us. There's more news coming up after the break.